Give us 1 sec. Minor technical difficulties, everybody. We'll be there in just a second. Lemur, go to sleep. You can catch the VOD. It's way too early to watch a stream now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Downed and Drowned. We have a lot of work to do. We lost the flight group. We lost this battleship, but thanks to the timely intervention and assistance from TBF, she's floating again. She's got some more repairs to do, as you can see from the projection. That's not completely welded up. But she's floaty instead of sinky. So we've got some repairs to do on board Indino as well. I can see lots of impact marks from the battle and or botched landings or takeoff attempts. Never know when. Alien, I'm not mounting 16-inch cannons on the ship, but Scarlet may have done something you might enjoy. He did put a quad railgun turret on the front of it. And let's see. Hello, Final, hello, Swag Trap, Benjamin Franklin, Takari, Death 13, Hopeful Neko, Fonzie, Hawk, and other people that I'm probably Ruben, and then the Cat-like Lemur and Angsty. I think that's every James. There's a James and a Vice Corps. All of Rumble Strip. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Happy New Year to those who it's been the New Year. I am on a roll tonight. New Year, and to those who are still awaiting the New Year like ourselves, a happy old year, I guess. Okay, so I guess we got to get building and repairing, yeah?
Yep.
Let's see. What are our steel plate reserves? And I think that while we slept, wink wink. Oh, hang on. While we slept, the OPS people finished disassembling a lot of the base. I'm not sure exactly what its status is, but I know that they were shipping stuff to us. I don't know if there's anything else we need to pick up from over there. But we did get a bunch of resources.
Well, I can go see what's left over there and pick up anything.
Sounds good. I'm gonna pull some steel plates out and start welding things up on the battleship. Happy New Year, Cat-like Lemur. 1 second, everybody. I have to go and shut the door because I forgot to close the door to the office and I can hear myself and them. Alright. Death 13 is asking me, any chance of Deadly Salvage in 2023? I have been working, I've put probably close to 18 hours in on recording and editing the finale for Season 3 this week. I'd be working on it right now if I weren't streaming Downed and Drowned, but we're streaming Downed and Drowned, so I'm not working on that. And I needed a break today anyway because my brain was turning into mush. What the... that super awesome welder, I guess. Let's get this all squared away. What's in my inventory? Oh, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, BD, that's why we did the thing with chips and whatnots. if you folks don't know what deadly salvage is, well, it's on the channel. Go to our channel page and click the deadly salvage bin list. It's a machinima, and it's quite good, if I do say so myself. Holy crap, Michael Thayer! Holy crap! Thank you so much for the $100. Happy New Year, and thanks for all the down and drown. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thanks. You can wog here, I guess, alien. I don't know, I can't wog. I can try.
Brought my welder, I'm here to help.
Oh, hey, Rush. Welcome. We've got some work to do. How are you folks doing with the evil lair over there?
Oh, we're very good at taking things apart.
I suppose it's a way of life, living on this planet. No real production, it's all salvage, yeah?
Yep.
Video systems communication log.
But I don't mind grinding.
Low.
Well, of course you don't mind grinding, because you leave the logistics. They have to sort it all later.
Beatty, if that was for me, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of my grinder.
That's weird. I thought I'd downloaded a software. Oh, you should get the software update that we have on ours and makes them quieter. I don't have the gravelly growl, no. Anyway. If you guys want me to try to wog, I will,
because I wasn't
but
paying attention.
I'm sorry, I was talking to the voices in my head. Could you say that again?
I didn't actually hear him because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, so hey, you know, I do that a lot, too. Yeah, just trying to get this ship kind of back together. There's a lot of missing bits, almost like somebody was shooting at it for a while.
Speaking of paying attention, look at YouTube.
I saw that already. I saw it. I took care of it. Thanks, BD. What BD's referring to is for chat at home and everybody. I'm talking into the voice comms now. I am on push to talk, so sometimes my co-streamers can hear me, sometimes they cannot. The co-streamers did not hear me thank the fabulous Michael Thayer for donating, but BD, your heart's in the right place. Remember, there's like a 30-second stream delay, I think. That's you did the right thing though. If there's ever any question about something like that, do what you just did. So don't ever not do that. If you see something like that and you think I haven't acknowledged it, definitely call me out.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was in a different channel right now with my TBF folks. What was that?
Nothing. Just eating some popcorn, you know.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. We've got a fair amount of this lab thing you do torn apart. Ready for your helicopter pilot.
Oh, okay. Dre, you want to head over there? I can ride along. Because it's cool. I'd offer to fly the thing, but I'm pretty sure I'd crash it.
You can try. It's not that difficult.
Alright. Okay, so we got on, off. The hinge is at the rear door.
Yes, it's already closed. All you gotta do is just turn on the dampeners.
Okay. Where do I have the... oh, hang on. Oh, the CBB woke up.
The CBB did wake up.
Probably because there were loud children.
Well, white noise was a lot quieter than normal.
The white noise was the normal. Oh, I'm talking into voice chat.
But yeah.
Sea baby,
Like
what?
again,
Hi, sea baby.
but there was popcorn and blah blah blah.
Okay.
But I might take a little while longer.
Okay.
Also, I wanted to give my thanks to Michael. Thank you very much, Michael. And the boys were outside and saw it when it came up. Well, they heard DE because before it even came up on the YouTube, the boys heard DE talk about it and immediately were like, "Whoa, that's gonna be really good for our family. Thank you." So thank you. Even the boys recognized it.
All right. So that was Nab. Oh, I'm shaking the helicopter. She's going to be a little bit because the sea baby woke up. Okay, so let's go to exterior. So I just have to turn on the dampeners. It just pops right up. Does it have reverse thrust?
No. Just tip up a little bit and use a combination of tipping up more and basically killing your rear thrust by hitting back.
I got it. All right, so are you going to work the doodads at the bottom?
I can.
Or because I don't know which ones are which. Oh, I see 7. Is that the hinges for
No.
that?
You have, since you're working with we only need 1. Hit 1, and then once it's down, you lock it in place with 3.
1 is a thruster. 1 is a timer block on tab 2.
Yeah, it's
3 is
on
a
2.
hinge.
So on page 2, number 1.
Okay, and then 2 is the lock, and then 3 is retract. It looks like, but
3 locks the arm in place, so
Okay.
you'll want to lock it in place before you grab anything.
okay. I'm not much for helicopters, so this is a little different for me. Going to back it in so I have these thrusters to hopefully stop me if I do something wrong. Okay, it looks like we got 2 crates. This thing can handle 2 of them.
Depending on how they're loaded, I would just grab 1 to be safe,
Okay,
especially for your first flight.
probably a wise idea. What is Nabarine doing down there?
Go ahead and lock number 3 to lock the cable in place.
Stand by there, Kilo. We need you to go after green containers. They're ready.
Okay.
Finding a new rookie pilot.
Well, green, red, green, blue, red, whatever colors.
Green is go. Green is also the best because green is orky. Tap 2 and you're locked on.
Got it. And away! This thing is pretty fun. Yes, Final, just like the ready button this morning. Oh, she does get a little wobbly at speed.
Yeah, some grids and arrow and...
Well, I mean, realistically, you wouldn't fly very quickly with a load like this hanging from the bottom of a chopper. Oh, man. Suddenly the deck of that ship looks a lot smaller. Hey, Robert Brown, I still got my Enchroma glasses on. I even cleaned them today.
We avoided red for a reason.
Red, green. Green and yellow I struggle with. Oh, wibbly. Oh, wibbly.
The grinder just right of the ramp if you want to set it down on that to let it eat up the cargo.
I think I see it. This is scary.
Got this.
James in chat thinks the same way you do. Green is orky. I'm not seeing the grinder. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it.
And the ramp and the stairs. Fonzie, no, the grinder won't turn it to scrap. It'll grab, it'll empty the content of the container as it's grinding it down.
Large grid grinders do, yes. Small grids will grind things to scrap, but handheld grids. The large grid and the grid grinders will perform as you suggested. Bloop. I'll go get the other one now. If you look at the model of the small and large grid grinders, you can actually see it's got a collector model behind the grinder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they actually function as collectors, though.
Sadly, no. No dual-use blocks.
Staring at this thing in third person from the back, it's got a very like Muppet face with the engines and the. If you look at the slat for that you can see with the ramp, the engines are the eyes and the connectors the nose. It's really funny. I am even more impressed that you flew this thing inside there without reverse thrust.
Can you look at the face again?
Looking. Reminds me of Sweetums, the Muppet, giant Muppet.
Oh, yeah. It has reverse. It's called turning the engines off while you're, backing up towards gravity.
Got it. Yeah, America. Wibbly. Do we want to try and take those plasma cannons along with us too?
Scarlet would enjoy having them.
I don't know if the TBF is willing to let those go. Up to you, folks. Can we count that as legitimate salvage?
That's why it's out here.
Excellent. Mouth reminds you of Beaker, yes.
Oh, speaking of legitimate salvage, a book series just arrived.
A book series just arrived? Oh. Oh, that's right. BD told me he ordered the entire collection of The Expanse. Which, if you haven't read it, do recommend. Hearty recommend from the DE.
Seconded.
And from the Rush. Oh, this is just wobbling everywhere. I didn't grab this one quite as dead center as the other one. It is a different beast. Oh yeah, the TV adaptation is really, really good. In some ways, especially early on, better than the books.
Show better? Well, it's TV, so I guess they can do it closer to...
I said in some
what you
ways.
could-
Like, some things aren't as good, obviously, but it's much more neck and neck than TV adaptations usually are. And it's remarkably faithful. They had to make several changes just to make it work better on TV, because like all authors, the authors of the series are in love with introducing a new character for every problem that they have. So they kind of condensed a bunch of characters together to make it work.
Well, I do have to say the finish on the exterior of these books is very weird to the skin.
Did you get hardcovers?
No.
Weird.
You know that plasticky, waxy feel of some playing cards?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
What's happening? Oh, no. Why? Why are we skipping? No, stop doing this. Why? Oh my goodness.
You saved it, though.
I think somebody was pushing their luck with physics interactions.
I think you might be right. Whew. Oh, we lost a little bit of scrap there. Oh well.
I think the safeties might be coming off in a moment.
Okay, I'm just gonna set this thing down very, very gently.
I mean, you could... At this height, you could turn off the dampeners and be fine.
Boing, 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 boing. Well, that was fun. My palm's not super sweaty or anything. Nope, not at all. Muppet Mouth! That's the unofficial name of that plane now.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Mavalite, the the curve of the Coriolis in season 1, a lot of the season 1 stuff where they tried to do hard sci-fi stuff was cool, but then they would ignore it like 3 scenes later, and you really gotta pick one or the other.
Yeah.
So, I think I've heard that complaint a lot with some people. They're like, well, in one scene everything makes sense, the other scene it doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's true. Oh right, there was the other thing to grab. Yeah, I'll let you do that. It looked bigger and more awkward, and I don't want to break your plane.
Yeah, I'll probably have to use both hooks for the plasma guns.
Probably. I've been playing Valheim too much. I just pressed tab like 6 times trying to get my inventory to open.
Or the thing when you've been playing a game for too long, you're trying to use the keys from that game to do things in the other game you're playing. Yeah, I've been dwarf fortressing a little too much lately.
I've heard people argue that you can't do that. You can't play that game too much.
Oh, no, you can. You totally can. I think I was up to like almost 4 a.m. yesterday trying to solve a issue with getting lava to my fortress.
Wait, why would you want to get lava to your fortress?
Because you can use it to run furnaces and smelters and things like that without having to use fuel.
I guess. But then you have lava in your fortress.
I mean, as long as you've got lava-proof materials surrounding it, you're okay.
Lava-proof material. Is there such a thing?
In the real world, probably not. In the game, yes.
Okay, I've got a lot of these blocks welded. Final, it's not about continuity so much with the Coriolis stuff and the other like hard sci-fi things. It's that, so the Expanse is a normal science fiction universe pretending to be a hard sci-fi universe. So it pays a little bit more attention than the average, you know, like Star Wars or Star Trek or Babylon 5. It pays attention a little bit more. Actually, honestly, Babylon 5 did a pretty good job most of the time, but there's only so much you could do in the 90s.
Well, for the fighters, Babylon 5 probably has it the most accurate.
Yeah, for sure, except for the fact that space fighters make no sense. But yes, I agree. The Star Fury is the best starfighter.
Some people would argue it's the Gunstar.
Yeah, well, some people are wrong. I've watched those guys' videos, and they're just simping for the Gunstar for reasons I can't understand. It's hideous, and the movie, while entertaining, isn't that great.
You take that back.
The Last Starfighter isn't that great. I like it. I enjoy it.
Them fighting words.
If The Last Starfighter were a Babylon 5 episode, it would be in Season 5. I'm right.
Only partially.
I'm right. Thunderbolt. I understand the Thunderbolt. People were like, "Oh, it's cool," but I think the regular Star Fury's better.
I agree with the the Thunderbolt solves a problem that didn't exist.
Yeah. Oh well, now it can go in atmosphere. So you're telling me it's a worse spaceship now? That's what you've just told me.
They had atmospheric ships already, though.
Yeah, they didn't need.
getting him to the planet is very hilarious.
Yes.
They literally strap like heat shields around him and then launch him into the atmosphere for like projectiles.
Delenn was your first alien crush. That's funny. Delenn, the character Delenn reminds me a lot of Nabarine in real life, honestly. Just how she acts and how she approaches the world and views the world. And probably
Her in front of her and the things she protects her behind her. Yes, I agree.
there's that too, yes. But also just the way she, you know, she believes in what she believes, and she will stand up for it whether or not anyone will stand with her. And it's something I really respect about Nabarine, and I just think I just trapped myself in this ship. No, I didn't. But it's also, I think, I realized that and went, oh, well, maybe I had a crush on Delenn when I was a kid, too.
I mean, strong, well-written characters are attractive.
That is true. And the actress, oh gosh, I know her name. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Mira something, I want to say.
Mira Furlan, yes. I believe she was from Bosnia or Serbia, one of that whole conflict area, and her whole like early life was just bad times. And she just came out of that and came to the United States and was hugely successful and was like the kindest person ever. Are
You know, there is
you?
a actual hook and loop mod.
Sorry, what was that? I was
SE?
singing to chat.
There's a hook and loop mod for SE.
Like Velcro? What?
No, like a hook that, like a physical hook and a physical loop that's technically hinges, but you can like hook cargo and things like that with them.
Interesting.
Whoa, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got more than the cargo box.
Oh.
I mean, if it's
Energy low.
So I get all the blocks. Looks like the auto repair projector is not quite up to snuff. Looks like it's missing some data. Not
Just
surprising
a
considering
few
the
holes.
not surprising considering the beating this ship took. Although I don't know if the beating it took was worse than the beating it dished out, because my goodness. Okay, so naval attack boats are a thing before they got super cyber naval aircraft. Yes, but so here's the thing with a naval attack boat. It's small and hard to hit, right? But part of the reason it's hard to hit is because it hides over the horizon, and by the time you see it, it's really hard to get at it. With modern weapons, a missile makes an attack boat a lot harder to deal with. Like, you don't get torpedo boats anymore. Attack boats these days are basically giant speedboats with missile tubes on them, because you just get close enough to, you know, throw a missile at whatever target you've got lined up. With fighters, with aircraft, which is what starfighters are based off of, with aircraft, the whole point is they are bringing the payload farther than the ship could go with a gun or something. So it's basically delivering the damage while the ship hides beyond the horizon. Well, here's the thing. There's no horizon in space. You're not hiding behind a horizon. And in space...
You can hide behind planets.
Yes, but in space, your biggest constraint is delta V. It's mass. If you have a lot of reaction mass and a lot of engine, you can go far. And reaction mass costs mass and volume. If you are a small fighter, you do not have a lot of reaction mass. Sure, you don't have a lot of mass, but your range and your top speed is going to be necessarily lower than a larger vessel. You're going to be able to carry less protection, which is a problem because you can't hide behind anything, and there are things like lasers and railguns and missiles that can just hit you from hundreds, thousands of kilometers away. So you have to, I guess, just get lucky and not get hit. It makes much more sense to have just really long-range missiles and just yeet them from a ship that's a lot, like halfway across the solar system, and be like, all right, these are all actively guided. One or two of them's going to hit. We're going to be good. Beyond sensor range isn't a thing in space. Beyond sensor range, like, so it is, but it's so far. Like, you can see something on one side of the solar system from the other side. It's possible once you pick it up.
Limitations in space. Something's wrong with the sensors.
I mean, at a certain point, granularity is an issue. There's, you can't. There's only so far you can zoom, right? Your resolution matters a lot. But again, that's an argument against fighters. Fighters would be practically blind because they can't carry radar sets big enough to see far away. So large ships would always see them coming, and they would not be able to engage.
The other thing to consider in space combat in general, not necessarily about fighters, is light lag.
At great distances, yes. But those distances, of a few light seconds are reasonable ranges to engage in space combat. Cheap disposable drone fighters, sure, but why not just pack them with warheads instead so they can do more damage? A warhead is more mass efficient than putting bullets and missiles inside of something. I will die on this hill of fighters don't make sense in space. This is a very strongly held opinion. I don't want to take away from things like Star Wars, Babylon 5. Those are all really, really cool. I love the trench run as much as the next person. It is such a great sequence. But that's all based on World War II dogfights. And that's not what combat is. The era of the dogfight was so short. It was so short. It was just like 10-ish years, and that's it. And then missiles started getting on the scene. I guess not 10 years. I guess like 30, 40 years, but like in terms of high speed, high G stuff, yeah. Thank you for the 20, Austin Camp. I don't think we need anything specific from the wacky place. Still smells like space Germany in there. Like schnitzel and moon dust.
Ooh, space schnitzel.
Guess what I have in the fridge?
Space schnitzel?
Yes, with authentic German curry ketchup.
Nice. I don't think I've ever actually had real schnitzel. It's just a word that sounds funny to me, like most Americans. What was I looking for here?
I mean, it's a pork cutlet that's breaded and fried. It's about as far as it goes in the recipe.
Okay, so it's... Okay. I knew it was something deep fried. I wasn't sure exactly how it worked. So it is basically chicken fried pork steak.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
I think some parts are just going to have to be educated guesses on this blueprint.
I think so too. That's all right.
Oh, in the superstructure area?
Yeah, I got shot up pretty bad. I'm pretty sure the computer just doesn't know what to do. I guess fast attack craft are not fighters per se. Like there's a lower limit on how useful a vessel would be in combat. The Expanse does it pretty well, but I think anything smaller than like what you see in the Expanse of the Rocinante, anything much smaller than that, not really going to be that useful, unless you have limited resources and you have to like kludge something together like the Belters do. So it's just one of those born of necessity things. And the Belter's like, what is it? Can't remember the name of the ship. One of the Belter ships just has this missile rack just bolted to the outside of it, and it just spits them off like a. There's no tubes or nothing. They're just riding on the outside of the hull, and it's like, okay, I shoot them now.
External stores make sense.
Yeah, it does. Low mass. And if you have a problem, like, you know, your ship is getting hot or damaged and something might explode, you can jettison it a lot more easily than if, say, you know, you carry them internally. Getting rid of things that explode is an important ability. Not all ships have that ability. Was it DeWalt? Okay. It's the tool one.
There's a couple examples.
I think Tynan had some external torpedoes as well.
Oh yeah, China had some external stuff, but had a bunch of external stuff.
I'm just happy you folks patched the hull up on this thing. That was the worst of the worst of the worst there.
Yeah, repair work does seem to be the drag in this, typically.
Yeah.
I think that's why it was all automated back in the tournament days on this world.
Yeah. Well, back in the tournament days, they'd just throw them away if they weren't too badly damaged. And I know there were some people who were upset by that. I think that's what OPS used to hide behind. Because clearly they don't actually care about the environment of an artificial planet. Well, I guess the planet's not artificial, but everything about this environment is. I think almost everything's been placed. I don't remember the deck reactor.
That must be a visual artifact on your sensors.
Oh, okay. Must be. I'm sure it'll be just a problem with my eyeballs. Yeah. I am reactor blind after all.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any, you know.
Oh, weird. It was just there.
Vision sources.
Strange. Yeah, I'll have to get the suit checked out. So lower mass is an argument for, you know, we can get out of the way, but no fighter is going to be lower mass than a missile. And anything that is piloted is going to have a upper limit on its ability to accelerate anyway of about like 6-7 Gs. This nonsense of the Expanse of them flying around at 10 Gs all the time is just silly. That's part of the magic of the Expanse is the juice. There's no cocktail of drugs that's going to keep you from getting crushed by gravity. There's stuff that might make you not die as fast, but it's still not going to be good afterwards.
The human body can withstand some pretty heavy Gs for short periods of time.
Shock Gs are
just not
much
prolonged.
different. Yeah, are much different than sustained Gs. Like, I think it's just below 100 Gs the human body can take in shock as a whole unit, not like to one particular part or another. Much above that, and it's basically instant death. But it's still going to be you're still going to be injured. The threshold for surviving without serious injury is around 50 Gs for shock. But sustained G, much over 4 G, and you're pretty much not able to do anything. Above 6, most people are going to black out. 7 and 8, I mean, if you're doing that for more than like seconds, bad things are happening.
I'll say I did just catch a thought-provoking bit of dialogue about inner crews being able to sustain more Gs
Yeah.
and harder burns by association.
I mean, that makes sense, and that's part of the lore of the Expanse, and it's cool that they thought about that stuff, and they follow that pretty well. Like there's the whole storyline where Naomi can't survive and walk around on the planet. I can't remember.
Terra.
New Terra, yeah. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched it. Sorry, but that's a thing. And it makes sense. Like, if you were born and raised in 0 or low G, going down to 1 G would just be brutal on you. You would need, like, surgery to fix it. And that might not even work, because your heart might not be able to take the extra strain. I was looking for something specific, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah.
You could build up to it, but it would take a lot of work.
Yeah, definitely. Come on. Just realized I'm doing all this by hand and we have welder ships.
You would point that out, wouldn't you?
I would. Alright, here we go. Let's see, grab a bunch of these. The large ones, maybe? Are those girders, more interior plates, construction components, bunch of computers, probably. Come on. Oh, that's full. Display or two, some motors might be useful. What do we got? What do we got? There's gotta be more. It's construction components, really. Okay, that's a problem. Make some more of those. CZ. Yeah, it works a little better. Hey, Bryce Camp. Thank you. Happy New Year. Oh, hi, Sea Baby. How are you? Still awake, Dad? High five. Yeah. Do you want to come fly a spaceship with me? Nope.
I'm right here, baby. Look, see? I'm right here.
Can I have you? Look.
I'm right here.
Look. It's okay. Look, 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 look. Spaceship.
Smokestacks are working.
Smokestacks are working. Boilers are up.
Smokestacks are working.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's just the colored water vapor ones.
Yes. Not actually smokestacks, right? Everything's electric on this planet. I think I'm missing some stuff here. No, the ship was basically out of construction components, so I gotta go see how many I queued up. See, construction.
I mean, about the only thing they're gonna be boiling Takari would be water for like tea, coffee, hot cocoa. If that's your thing, would that be
Cocoa.
evil to use water?
It's got powdered milk in it, it's fine.
No, no, no.
It's fine. Just let it happen, Dre.
No.
Da-da. Huh? Da-da. I have a sea baby bouncing on my knee. Because somebody didn't want to go to sleep. Oh, that's a railgun round. I wanted this.
They want to see the sea baby, apparently.
You want to see the sea baby? Okay, hang on.
Dad?
Hi.
Where is it? If there are boys out there, they are not to open the office door. This one. Ah! See, baby. Look! Right there. See the blue green light? Ooh. See, baby is awake.
Can you say hi?
Say hi.
Can you wave?
Wave. Wave. Say hello to the ship. Say hi. No?
But this is not what I signed up for.
She just pointed at chat and said dat. Yes, you see Sea Baby. This is Sea Baby. Alright, Sea Baby. Oh, down. Back down.
Will you give Daddy a kiss?
Here. Thank you. Yeah, Dad, she wants to go touch the screen. You touch? That's you and me, yeah. She sees our pictures on OBS. Okay, we're gonna make it go away now. Bye-bye. Boop. Turn the camera back off. There we go.
What are we doing?
We're fixing the boat, and then at some point we need to go out and check out the new coordinates. Hang on, I've got some notes I found on a scrap of paper.
Is it Mavelite or Mavelite? I'm not sure, but it has been explained, yes, but Sea Baby is an organic nickname that grew out of the fact that while we were creating one of our YouTube series that involved a great deal of role play, we were on the ocean and we couldn't cut out the sound of the baby, and it's not like we were going to leave her in her crib while we were creating things. And so yeah, it was our RP version of this is how we're explaining the baby noises. It was like sea people, it was like mermaids, except it was a sea baby. The sea babies are loud today, so she's Sea Baby.
She is the Sea Baby.
Hello everybody in chat who's saying hi to me. Hello to you as well, and Happy New Year! Okay,
Things
well
looking
it
pretty
looks
good.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Are all of the patches I made? Look at all my patches down here.
Oh, I can turn the nav cam on.
They're doing all sorts of dances down here because it wants to be welded properly, apparently. Yeah.
I see.
Well, so I'm guessing there's a projector on, right?
Yeah, there is. I don't see any more blocks that need to be placed. Oh, there's some up here. Here we go.
Oh, there's some here.
The Sea Babies are talking again.
This is different. Okay. Swag Trap, she's not even 15 months yet, so no. I know that some people have their babies go through swimming lessons, but
some people have kids that are interested in the water.
Yeah, well, she likes the water, but a lot of people who have like pools in their backyards, that's a very good thing. Get your baby trained early.
If you do that
we
in like a
don't.
public area, it's quite expensive. We have 3 other children who also need to learn how to swim.
Who also need to learn how to swim.
A couple of them are most of the way there, honestly. One is just...
Swimming is overrated.
Well, you don't need to swim. You just pop the chitty chitty bang bang life preservers out of your chair and you just go, right?
Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
I thought so. I knew it.
Doesn't it fold out to a kayak?
No, that's Alien. Alien grabs a bucket and jumps in the water and it just turns into an inflatable kayak.
Yeah.
Not so. I'm gonna assume that means Happy New Year in your native tongue. So thank you.
Now say it.
Oh, please, there's no way.
Nope. It's gonna sound like I'm sneezing.
So with this particular blueprint, do you have to place the blocks before you weld them?
No.
I'm confused then. Why isn't
Everything
this
on the
welding?
hull is already good.
Okay.
If it's flickering, it's because there's...
No, it's not flickering. I'm phasing through blueprint blocks.
Interesting. It looks like the hull may have changed its profile slightly. don't worry about it. It should be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. What's with these thrusters at the front?
Don't worry about them. I think those were supposed to be put underneath. Those were emergency thrusters, if I remember correctly. I think we have some underneath, yeah.
Did we do it? I'll check and see if they're working. They are.
Yeah, so those ones on the bow are unnecessary. Those were recovery thrusters. She's looking pretty good. There's one conveyor tube needs to be built, and one gun turret needs to be built.
Yeah.
And then I think she'll be functional, and then we can do the rest as needs become clear. Blast the sea baby. There's a massive hole in the side of the ship, but it's not in the part of the ship that keeps the water out, so it's alright, it's fine.
Okay, this gun turret is built.
Cool, I think there's one on the other side that needs help. There was.
I built it.
Oh, I thought, okay. What is that?
She, for a while out there, was very happily feeding her brothers popcorn.
Oh, was she? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that right? She's grabbing my finger, looking up at me, going, Dad, 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 Dad.
She's like, I'm staying up until midnight too, Dad.
Apparently. Eris, I need my thumb. Baby, give me my thumb back, please. Can you give that to me? I can't. Thank you. Oh my gosh. It was down here. Yeah, somebody took care of it already, looks like. Yep, alright. I think she's fully functional.
And now we're setting sail.
I mean, we don't quite know where to set sail to. I think our TBF friends have more details after tearing that base apart. But we're not in any hurry to set sail because we can... That is your mother, yes. Don't fuss, please. We can...
I have a briefing scheduled shortly. Carry on.
Didn't y'all lose a bunch of aircraft too?
Yes, we did. I was just about to start building more. Dre, you
Yes,
you flew one of the little planes. Would you like one? I'm just deciding how many of each to build. The smaller planes are cheaper, but the Toblerone is definitely a more effective aircraft.
I'll deal with whatever you want to build.
There's also these gunships, which are super fun.
Yes.
I might build like 2 more of the gunships, or maybe just one. We have one. Maybe we'll just build 1 more gunship, and then maybe 4 planes. Maybe kick Clonk's Seagull off the side. Or the V-Eagle. Because I don't think we're ever going to use this thing again. It's such a scary aircraft. What do we got in here? Projector on. One of those. Okay. We want to switch that for build one more of the gunships. This will be the, what is it, the rapier? I call it. Yes. Pull that back a little bit more. There we are. By the way, TBF, I do have a good support gunship design if you're interested in it. I know you've got several of your own.
I might take a look, see what I could apply to Venger.
Just very compact, more of a anti-light vehicle personnel kind of thing. All 25mm armament. Very narrow. So speed. Child, you are hitting your mother's desk so much, you are shaking my desk. Our desks are not connected. I really do need to add like glass plate to the top of this thing. Oh, we also have Scarlet's plane on the top deck that needs more power or something. My goodness, child. She's a little percussionist.
She's my daughter.
I didn't push it back far enough. Dang it. Got a whole schnoz to weld. What do we do with the batteries? We didn't finish the batteries. Of course we didn't. It's called power cells. Yep. Okay. That's right.
Inventory full.
Because that's there.
I'm gonna go deal with the children. This
Yes, I
one
can hear
and
them
the
yelling.
others. Yep. And so I'll just stand here.
I mean, except if it's light armor and not heavy, but I think she's intact completely.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh my. Welcome back, Rush. What the? That did its job. And that should still cover the deck here. Let's see. Well, you're assuming a lot, James, with the whole idea that humans can be modded to the point where they would be able to survive those high G loads. That's a huge assumption. And again, a machine's going to be able to do it better. Our machines now can do it better. My graphics driver has crashed.
No.
Space engineers had a problem and crashed.
You probably shouldn't be overclocking your graphics card.
Sending log. What were you doing? I was welding. They're gonna fix the problem as soon as possible. Don't worry, folks. Firing it up again. Okay. And Nab's not here. I'll switch to the Nab cam anyway. The E-cam is non-existent. My graphics card isn't overclocked, Rumble Strip. That's the joke.
forklift to bring these guns inside.
If only our forklift guy were here.
Or your technician that can assemble things.
Or one of those, yeah. You're talking about the plasma cannons?
Yeah. I mean, I got a way to do it. I'm not worried about it.
I like the fact that since I'm a client, if I crash, not everybody has to reconnect. Makes us go a little faster. Pesky plane parts. Yes, blame plane parts. That's what it was. Was it Keen that started that, where they were blaming plane parts? For like every crash or something? I don't know where that meme started.
I've heard the origin story suggested as it being the lowest, or one of the lowest mod numbers of an active mod still. So as like the earliest one that's still relatively high use, it must be the culprit.
It's so old it can't work.
Something like that.
Keen accidentally acknowledging that they're the ones that break the game the most. Let's see, what are you still building? Just 4 armor blocks, apparently. I didn't fry myself all the way in the welders. Ha! Take that, Takari. Oh, thank you, Spartan, for becoming a member. I appreciate that.
My solution, D.
Oh, 1 second. Coming to look at it. It looks like a forklift to me. Most heavily armed forklift.
You gotta protect the goods you're trying to take.
Yes. That's fair. Fonzie, our boat is pretty busy, isn't it? The water mod thinks so too. That's because the water mod does silly things about subgrids. Okay. Well, that's second gunship. Yeah, one back there charging up. I don't know, should I paint this one for Nab? I'll leave it in this color for now. BD knows these gunships. He fooled around in one once upon a time. I will eventually return to that world on Twitch.
Pretty sure I piloted one of those directly into something that blew it up.
Only, I think there was a lot of stuff happening at that point. I think. If you did you ram a drone?
That's right. We did something else for the
bananas.
base attack. Yeah.
That was hilarious. That was all. That was Creed's fault for bringing the bananas in.
They tend to show up everywhere.
I don't know why that is. Somehow. Need to put more parking spaces for these out somewhere. Actually, it's a helicopter technically, right? So just put it on the helipad. Let's see. It's a side. There? Or should I just put it right over here? I just put it right here. Oops, connector. Do this the responsible way and not have crazy things happen.
Oh, the mag point won't grab to them both?
1-to-1.
Oh.
You could mag plate them to each other. Or strip them down for salvage.
I feel like there's a preferred method here. Wait, now I gotta do... That's what I want. The reinforced conveyor tubes are airtight on all sides, right?
No.
No. Just the pre-followed guides.
I was trying to avoid putting another conveyor in, but I guess I have to.
Yeah, only on the sides that looks like they'd be solid. Which makes sense, but
I just don't understand why they don't look like that on all sides.
yes. But they didn't want to make two different versions, so they did have to work and gave us 2 blocks in one, but not realizing people might want the gridded ones as well as the armored ones.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like an easy DLC grab, though. Like, you give the second version, the Greebly versions, as a DLC.
Where we get T's and elbows that have the sealed off faces flipped and mirrored properly.
What? I don't understand what you're just saying. It's not possible.
Yeah, it's beyond our capability.
Let me turn off this grinder before someone steps off the back and no longer has any legs.
Easy.
How would I turn that way? I should turn so that the ramp is towards the middle of the ship.
Say what?
Well, I turned with the way the ramp would be facing outboard, not inboard.
I think also if you park under the middle, it might be... yeah, that way you're a little bit more protected, since you can drive around. do the little hop. It looks ridiculous. I love it.
It's got the
Happy New Year,
hydraulics,
Startooth.
upgrade.
Startooth. Yeah. I have driven down the freeway next to somebody who had hydraulics, and they were like driving at an angle, like the forward front of the car was down and off to one side and everything else, and the back rear on one side was up. It was like at this cant, just driving down the freeway. I look over, and this guy just makes eye contact with me and gives me the chin and just keeps on driving. It was awesome.
I was about right.
So, out of character for a second.
Okay.
It is just past midnight here for me. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, Rush.
Happy planetary revolutions? Rotations. Revolutions.
I mean, this would be revolution, yeah. I mean, people have been calling for revolution for a while, but I'm not sure this is the kind they meant.
Viva la revolution! It's always French, I don't know, but you know.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving at 900 miles an hour.
Here comes
It's
another
orbiting
one.
at 90 miles a second, so it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power.
Technically not all of it right now.
Yes, I know.
Only nuclear power, though, is not that. Everything else comes from the sun.
Well, the fuel for nuclear power came from a sun at some point.
At some point, yes. But not the sun. So still technically correct, which is the best.
The best kind.
The best
that's
kind,
correct.
yes, yes. Alright, have a great night, Shrouded. Aliens off to shoot his naval cannons off in densely packed neighborhood. Oh, Jerry, did you start moving the other one? There you go.
Yep.
Nice. I think they look good back there. That one's slightly squampus compared to this one because we messed up the rear on it, but it's fine. They look, yeah, they do look good back there. Almost looks like they were designed to be back there, which they definitely weren't. I designed Go ahead.
Sorry. When Nab gets back, we can start our briefing.
Yes, I figured as much. Yes, James, the sun is a giant fusing ball of gas. Alright, a couple airplanes now, I guess. See, we want the... What is it called? Counterpoint. Counterpoint _2. I do love that the grids cannot figure out which way is up.
Grid pivot is what's the cause of that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Grid pivot, there's a like your first plot will determine which way it wants to face. I know, because I've made sure all my blueprints have that corrected.
And it's just
It's annoying to fix or plan for, but
I mean, you'd think it would just pick up off cockpit orientation. Like, that feels like it wouldn't be too hard to do. But I don't know anything about how this stuff works, so...
if the cockpit is the first block, it will.
Well, I know, but like, you'd think that, like, you take a blueprint and it goes, wait, which way is forward? Oh, the cockpit's pointing that way. And then it can revert to the first block orientation if it's got more than one cockpit and it doesn't know. They argue. But I guess it's just one extra piece of logic that they didn't want to put in, which I guess makes sense. I don't know how hard anything that is, because as a coder, as a not coder, excuse me, I know nothing about it, and all I do is make demands without any kind of idea of how difficult those demands may or may not be. Because that's just how consumers who don't know how to make the things are. Let's double check. I think we'll get everything, looks like.
Here's the burning question for you, Dre. Where's the origin of the grid?
The sun, clearly. That's so satisfying to watch.
Oh, I didn't shrink this one over here.
Didn't shrink what one?
The gap, I shrank the gaps on the other sides.
Oh, I just opened this back up to add another welder. So if you had done something, it got wiped out. These things are super fun to fly, I will say.
The car, luckily, the tail isn't super high, so it gets welded anyways.
Yeah, I managed to get the tail. That's why I put it so far up into the projector. I think it's all fully welded except for the gear. Let me pull this back down.
Looks like a battery or something didn't get welded.
Is that a battery? Oh, that's what is that?
Let me turn it off.
Yeah. On-off button.
Off.
Wrong one, yeah, one's point ahead. Gyroscope, construction components, of course. Hey, Rhino Dino, how's it going?
Yeah,
Just me
battery,
on
which
right.
needs construction components.
Just building 1,000 of them.
Oh, you didn't add the new welder to the group.
I tried to. I don't know why I didn't do it. Let me.
I'll get it.
Okay. I think the weld group is called Printhead. Let's see, let's see. There we go. That sounded good. Let me check the projector real quick here. Build progress complete. I just gotta put the gear on. No, it's not
I wish
gears.
King would just implement.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't finish your sentence, and I can think of a ton of things that would fill that blank really well.
Well, I was specifically saying that they would just implement subgrid projections being buildable, but leaving it open-ended is also applicable because it applies to so many things. Dakari, I'm not that evil.
I know what he's asking you to do.
Yeah.
Now I would do this.
Fuel low.
Ah, that took too long.
I heard this and just jumped out of there as soon as I could.
You'd be able to fly out, but it would be funny to have the door closed on top of you.
Okay, we got one more wheel up here.
It might not with the door there. Oh, no, it did.
All right. Go ahead, turn the welders on. It should cook those up. Blammo. All right. And that's a counterpoint.
Did you replace? Oh, never mind. I already got the landing hook.
Yep. Let's see. So let me check the batteries on this.
Leave it on there for a little bit to let it charge.
Yeah, I'm sticking on recharge. I want to go and take a look at the plane Scarlet's got on the deck here. He said it didn't have enough power.
Like electrical power or lifting power?
I think electrical power? Let me try something. I'll fire its thruster on full on the deck and see what happens. $30 minutes of power at full thrust? So it must be engine power.
It's got a large, so that should be more than enough.
Yeah.
Yellow line is pretty far behind the purple, though. About 2 blocks worth.
Okay. So we need the center of mass to come farther back and the center of lift to go forward. Center of drag, excuse me.
And
So...
want me to lift it and put some wheels on it, or?
It's got wheels. It's
Oh, okay.
he retracts them and it clamps to the deck.
Oh, okay.
So I think if I take this strake here and bring it forward a little bit. No, it's going to drag the center of... Oh, hang on, this might work. I give it little canards up, not canards, but give it some strakes up here. Let's see. Three
There are
there.
buttons on the sides, and I want to know what they do.
I mean, you can push them and see what they do.
Yeah, but if it causes something to explode... Nothing happened.
Oh,
I
it's
wonder if there's maybe
disappointing.
like a cockpit.
I do think it originally had a closing cockpit subgrid. That did not change much. Brought it forward a bit.
Or shorten the length the tail comes in.
That. Hang on.
And I was gonna say, I can lift the tail, you cut it off, and then we'll just move it forward and we reattach it.
That made a big difference doing that.
Maybe do one more.
Hang on. It's got plenty of lift without it, so yeah, let's... Ooh, that's looking a lot better. If I take any more off, it'll start looking funny. It's getting real close. I know what I can do. I do this on all my planes. A little farther back, I think. Oops. Stick it all the way in the tail.
That helped a bit. Maybe a mass block, but they got a little more mass.
Maybe. Hang on. It might be flyable now because subgrids are kind of funky.
I put in mass blocks, looked like it helped it a little bit more.
It's not made of heavy armor though. This is all light armor. One should be enough.
So yeah, I took out the gyro and put a mass block.
Okay. We don't even need to finish it. Just the weight is fine. I could also put 2 small thrusters, which might help its performance a little bit. Let me see where the center of thrust is, right about here. Oh, that's where the landing gear pops up. That's okay. One there.
We may need to start the briefing sooner.
Okay.
Just... I'd love to wait for Nab.
Yeah, I don't know. She's probably still trying to put the baby away. Well, we can...
So if you two would
Yeah, we can
join
pass
me
on
over
the,
here on
the
Shadow.
briefing there. Will do. Give me a moment. Just gonna weld these up. 'Cause after this, I want to take this thing for a test flight and see how she does. Oh, that's pretty good. That might be enough, Dre. Anyway, let's go on.
it's really close.
Let's go on Rush's boat here.
I'm standing roughly amidship.
Okay. I see you. Touchdown right here. Dre, you on your way?
Yeah, I was fixing some of the shinies.
Okie doke. All right.
Just follow me.
Will do. Wait, gotta do the RP walk. Ooh.
Yeah, I was just poking around a few things. Let me just clear that off.
It is a pretty ship. Plane. VTOL thing.
So, first off, we got this.
I remember that. A whoosh.
A very big swoosh of unique design.
Enough advantage to maybe throw something off of the planet?
Oh, definitely. This is. We don't know what they've been using it on, but they're definitely using it for something.
Okay.
I mean, they make a really big hibachi.
Like a
I
grill?
suppose you could.
Oh yeah.
And just make them shrimp stuff? Or like, you think that'll solve our differences?
I mean, their shrimp is partly radioactive, so probably not.
I wouldn't eat anyway. Anyway, continue. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, I have uploaded this to your suits. You can now build these as your leisure. Fueling them, we haven't figured out. We don't have a fueling station anymore.
Yeah, and ours is probably still being guarded by a giant robotic evil thing. Or destroyed.
We're hoping that there's some at the spaceport.
That would
Probably
make sense.
would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the spaceport,
Yes.
what is this?
This is what shoots down anything that tries to leave or gets too close to the planet.
Is this some kind of defense facility?
Yes, it's at the spaceport.
Okay.
Now, the good news is, Oculus was the type of cliched mad scientist who included self-destruct systems.
Okay.
We don't know where it is, but it could be infiltrated and activated and, you know, get the heck out before it goes boom.
That sounds
Pretty
preferable to
shit.
like frontal assault. We don't seem to do well with our
Yeah.
frontal assaults, I've noticed.
It is defended, but only lightly. The number of turrets are fewer than say the laboratory assault.
I guess they rely more on secrecy for this shipyard rather than anything else.
They rely on their fleet, which
Ah,
I have good news and bad news. Good news is their fleet is no longer guarding or at least the majority of it, it's no longer guarding the spaceport.
I like that.
The bad news is it's probably heading here.
That is bad news.
TBF have been trying to engage them. We've taken some losses. We've regathered. We're hoping soon to regroup and, well, make the final push.
So, my thought immediately is...
Mine layers.
Mine layers, yeah, that'd probably help out with the fleet. If you folks can try and keep them occupied, not necessarily engage them directly, I don't want you to get annihilated, I know their fleet's pretty powerful, but keep them occupied and chasing you. Do you think it'd be possible for a small team to get in there and maybe lay some charges and make it go away? Or find the self-destruct center and trigger it?
Let me guess, a small group with a sort of carrier and a battleship.
Yes. I mean, maybe moving all the way in, maybe not, depending on what we can do. I mean, we don't have a lot of people, but we have a lot of assets. And I can build more. I have an asset printer. I've got a great asset.
This base, if it's their main base, has to have needs for supplies. Is there a supply base we could attack to sneak in on a transport they're already expecting?
Ooh, that's tricky. I like that.
Unfortunately, they're on high alert. Something about their lab being attacked.
What lab? I don't see a lab here. Do you see a lab? I've seen a lab. That's probably the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
What about
I like your plan.
what about
It's a good
underwater
plan.
defenses?
I think we managed to take out most of their submarine core.
So theoretically, we could take a submersible in and try and get underneath and board it that way. In theory, or is this on a floating platform, or is this in a mountain somewhere?
It is
Thank you,
in
Black
the
Phoenix.
bay.
It's in the bay.
I don't know what the substructure looks like for
Okay.
the potential infiltration, but
Okay, what about if we can get a look at the trick is going to be getting a look at the thing. Do you have any OPS aircraft lying around that we could at least scout with? Just take a look at it. Maybe plan our options at that point. Maybe stay, 10, 20 kilometers away over the horizon and then take a peek at what's going on and then make a plan?
most of our assets are pretty tied up at this point.
Okay.
We're going to have to start booking it to make the rendezvous with the fleet as it is.
All right. Well,
You want to do long range? I think I've got a couple designs in my database that might work.
we do know that their radar doesn't work very well close to the ocean. Apparently they have not, they're still using like 1960s radar or something. But we did see that their radar struggles really close to the water. So if we can get a stealthy design, fly in at night, maybe even ditch it in the water, and then try to swim or dock somehow that way. I mean, we could just go in with a submersible and just try and attack at night, get in there, blow it, get out.
I leave the details to you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I know you have to get to your... Oh, yes.
Well, here are the GPS markers for the fleet. Probably better we travel together
Yes.
for the time being.
All right, so we'll head to the fleet first?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, well, let's...
Or at least through nav point 1 through... Yeah.
follow the
them
nav
as they come
points.
up.
Follow the bouncing ball. Got it. I'll have to enter this into my suit nav
They've already
shortly.
been
If you...
downloaded.
Okay, sweet. Excellent. So Dre will share those with me, and then we can get moving. So, well, thank you for the information. We've got some cogitating to do. I will leave you to your fine vessel, Captain Rush. Thank you for the information. Oh, I almost got back to you, Dre. Sorry, Rush, what was that?
Thank you as well.
You're welcome. All right. What we got? Ramming speed, that's right. Okay, so time to turn. Should we just keep these docked together and try to just haul it with a carrier, or should we drive separately, Dre?
I mean, together they're brushes we combined.
They're docked, so I guess if you're controlling it from that side. Holy crap, Black Phoenix. 1 second. Thank you so much for the 10 memberships. Again, Black Phoenix. It's the Quentin Boyd, Joseph H. Andrews 3, Benji, Mr. Shingami, Dartooth Roland, Iron Moon, Neil, Frogman, Scorpio, Christian Wall, excuse me. Thank you so much. Welcome all. A reminder, please, if you have a membership, please link your YouTube or your Discord account. You will be able to see some of the members-only areas of the Discord. There are some perks to becoming members of the YouTube, or subscribers, or patrons of our Patreon. These things are included with that, and if you do connect that, you will get good things in the Discord. Please remember to do that. But thank you so much for the gift. That is very, very generous. All right, I think this thing might actually still be a station, so I'm gonna unstation it.
Roger.
There we go. Looks like you've taken control. Can you move it?
Let me see if mine's a station as well. No.
We appear to be floating, yeah. Are you connected? Looks like...
Oh.
We're moving? We're moving, alright. Looks like you're the tug. Alright, you've got the GPSs. You'll just share them with me at some point.
They should already be in your thing. They were already mine.
That's negative. Oh, if I had looked at the LCD and then done it, that's what it would have done, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got them in my Discord. Excuse me, in my notepad. I'll add them manually.
Is there not a share from the GPS menu?
I've got nav point 1. Got nav point 2. Got nav point 3. Nope. No, delete that. There we go. I've got them all.
Roger.
Alright, well, let's start heading to nav point. Oh, wow, the spaceport is literally on the other side of the planet. Look at that. We've got some sailing to do. We'll be able to build some stuff underway.
Well, while we're underway, we could change some of this light armor to heavy armor if we need to.
As long as it doesn't interfere with the buoyancy of the vessel. I do think that stealth is going to be an advantage in this one, Dre. I think going in guns blazing is going to be a mistake. We've done that several times, and it's never worked out smoothly for us.
I'm saying if we run into their fleet while en route.
We can ditch the battleship and let it, like, charge it on auto fire and while we escape in the carrier.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea.
if it's necessary.
You might need that asset.
Okay. Well, we've got the rapiers anyway. Those can chew up ships pretty good. I could probably retrofit one of them to fire a 2 or 3 millimeter gun. It's got enough thrust and enough mass. I should be able to get stuff going on it. Deploy a decoy on the little island and attract the enemy ships there. Think you're still there. That's a really good idea. I'll be right back. Let's see, I need a small grid battery. We'll need to... I'm going to kill the antennas on our ship. I brought their broadcasting down about 50 meters. Battery. Antenna. And let's go 9. I will return in a moment.
Oh, that was close.
What was close?
See that thing coming up
in your
behind.
room.
Oh my gosh, Jeray.
We're in your room.
Hopefully this will draw some of them off. Got the broadcast radius set to 9, which is what we usually did on ours. So they'll see the antenna and pick up that signal. Hopefully it'll at least delay them. Oh, that solar panel, the power on that's going to last a long time. Antennas don't take that much power. Like it's going to be like a day of power with those 3 small batteries. Especially on that low transmission rating. Man, I can barely catch up with you. This thing is flying.
She's got 3 large engines pushing her.
Yeah. And the carrier's riding nice and high in the water too.
Carrier's set to no retro, right?
Yeah, I've got her dampeners off. I'll go double check that right now. Confirm dampeners are offline. Any drag you're feeling is going to be from aero and water forces. Holy
I
cow.
don't think I was getting much, but I just wanted to make sure.
The wind on the flight deck is something else. Oh, that's right, we lost some. Oh no, we didn't. We didn't lose anything there. It's just a gap. Something, bring me that horizon, I think.
First star to the right, straight on till morning.
No stars are visible though. Well, I guess there's 1 star visible technically.
Indeed.
Whoa, blow the man down. As I was out walking down Mulberry Lane. Or something, some kind of thing. London Street, something. It's different farriers versions. Okay. A damaged ship there. I think at this speed I could just undock Scarlet's plane, it would fly. I'm not going to. But I think we may have fixed some of the problems it was having, giving it more thrust and bringing those two things closer together. Hopefully, when he gets back, good things will happen. I have to get a drink of water, so I'm gonna be right back.
Yes, that's the mod I was thinking earlier, I score hook and loop. It'd be interesting to do a glider that way. I don't know if you'd be able to detach easily enough though. I gotta if you mag plate it. No, I couldn't mag plate it. You have to use like a merge block or something.
Okay, I'm back. I heard you talking about deploying a glider with the hook and loop mod. That would be pretty impressive. I actually watched Capac and Splitsy do an in-motion capture with a mag plate and a rover and a plane. It is possible. They also made a working catapult, which didn't work like a carrier catapult, wasn't like a piston gun, it was literally just an arm that threw the plane into the air. Worked. I'm just gonna leave that on there for now.
This is instead of this steam catapult, we've got a yeet arm.
Yes, exactly. I'm wondering, so I don't know how to do submarines. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that, but if we just get a subsurface, it doesn't even have to be like full submersible, I don't think. I think if even just like flush, especially if we go in at night or at dusk or dawn, we should be able to get in without being noticed. Especially if we paint it with that cool carbon fiber radar absorbent paint and are very, very quiet when we motor in.
Strap a bunch of large grid explosives to it.
I would say we use that as a backup because there's not as much of a guarantee that that's going to work. But we could.
If it doesn't work, you're not using enough explosive.
Well, we bring an explosive payload on the outside to try and do that, but we also go in and see if we can trigger the self-destruct. Hey, Mr. Shin, how you doing? We could even repurpose some of the torpedoes.
Do you have any left?
Let me look. Or we ground them all down, didn't we? I do have the blueprint, though. Oh my gosh, the Sea Baby is still up? She just gave me this cute little smile. I was like, yeah, Dad, I'm still awake.
Can you do me a favor and start producing some 300 and...
Oh yeah, you shot yourself dry, didn't you?
Yeah.
300...
Well, not completely. I think I've got like 6 rounds left. No, 30 rounds, sorry.
We pulled some out of the lab area from their little weapons range.
Oh, yeah.
Take a piece.
Yeah, some are in our inventory. I can start bringing some of those over too. Oh, I can build an arm. Do you have an external connector we can use for unrep?
No, I do not.
Do you have a port somewhere I can play with?
I think everything is stored center line, and so
I'd have to do some cutting to get some, yeah.
yeah.
I do see, yeah, you do have a 30 rounds here of the AP. I'm building some HE right now. It's cheaper, so. Let's go to this one. We'll build 203. Build a few of the AP 203s as well. Let's see. There we go. Keep on pushing the wrong button. That's also what I was thinking about doing, was replacing these side 203s with some autocannon, because these aren't doing anything here.
Inventory full.
Visual contact with the TBF fleet.
Oh. Let's keep our distance just to make sure we don't get anybody's lanes, but yeah.
I see a gap big enough to thread the needle.
Do not thread the needle.
Yeah, it's pretty important we don't do that. Mwah, Sister C, baby.
Everybody always so serious.
Yeah, yeah. Look into Discord, it'll tell you why you shouldn't thread the needle.
That verbiage was specifically in the safety brief.
Yeah. What's it doing? Oh, yeah. So are we just going to camp out here for the night and then go our separate ways in the morning?
Negative, we're gonna tag along with you and push to the spaceport.
Okay, sounds good.
Unless, you know, anything comes up along the way.
Yeah.
Inventory full.
She's just.
Happy and awake?
Yep.
Donation detected.
Oh, thank you. Black Phoenix says, "Sleep, little baby, sleep. Let the sea gods in your cradle in its arms till you eyes close and sleep." I think the word. I think it's the sea gods cradle you in its arms or something. I think is what it's supposed to say. I think the word just got a little out of whack there. Or I'm dyslexic. It could be. I've done that before.
Thank you.
But thank you, Black Phoenix.
Well, no, you got me. Look at her. She's grabbing my chin and pretend like her way of tickling people is grabbing them and just kind of squeezing like gently, and she's grabbing my chin and trying to tickle me on my chin. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You gonna laugh? Oh no. That's as good as we're gonna get.
That little squawk is the. Oh, don't worry about it, Black Phoenix. Now what? Go ahead.
Well, I'm getting some radar returns, kind of northwest of our position.
Northwest.
Just over the mountain right there.
around this.
Getting signal contacts as well. 6.35 clicks.
Well, our scopes are filling up the red.
Should we skedaddle?
Yeah,
I think
we're gonna turn and engage.
Oh,
I think we can handle this and keep them occupied while y'all press forward.
okay.
Catch up.
Well, the railguns are angry with something.
We're gonna avoid nav point 1 and head straight for nav point 2.
Okay. Well, hopefully
Copy
these
that.
guns are doing what they're supposed to.
They're hitting the mountain at the moment.
Hi, Nab. Bye, Nab.
Hi, hi, hi.
I've disabled the forward railgun battery.
That's something up ahead. Just don't plow into me as I make my turn.
Come hard to port, so we give them extra room. Okay, let's scoot. If we do catch anything in range, we'll send a few 300mm shells their way. But I don't know if we're going to come into combat range at all. But we're going to keep scooting.
Yeah, we're starting to send some rounds out.
I see that. Oh,
And we're catching rounds in.
so are we. I can see it. Guns are going around. Come on. Oh, that's a hit on the carrier.
Yep.
Take that! You slobs! Oh, that's like a whole battle group over there.
It does appear that way.
Close ship of ours.
Y'all might need to get some distance, and quick.
Yeah.
DE, can you put the carrier's forward thrusters on override?
Will do.
Because I'm maxed out on mine.
I'm running. Tack away from them a little bit, give them a smaller target. You did get some good hits from the drone camera. So good job with that. Full thrust coming up. Ahead full.
Yeah, I think we're screening most of the fire for you.
DE, can you check my weapons? I'm not getting any ammo or something.
Checking.
Cycle consumable.
Yeah, that'll clear jams. Do you have that on the hotbar?
Roger. Yeah, I'm in the bridge, not on the other one. So let me switch to the hotbar.
I don't have anything that can engage a ship. The desire to help is strong.
Oh, we've got this.
All right.
As much as we can.
Ooh. See you on the other side.
Of the planet, right? Like, not on the life. Like, you stay alive. Stay alive. Survive. Okay, let's, gun's still not cycling?
I cycled them. No fire, no joy.
Let me check. You had 30 rounds.
Not sure if we got below decks and checked all the connections.
That cargo container is not connected to anything else. Okay. I went below decks and looked at a lot of the connections, but I didn't go below. I was not sleeping in the cold. Looking for access. Looking for access to beneath.
It kind of gets sealed up at the dockyards.
Okay, so I'd have to cut a hole. Let me deploy a drone.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to your schematic view and take a peek through.
Dumb question. How do you get to the #1 toolbar? Baby did something when she threw a rubber duck
Alt1.
across my keyboard. Alt 1?
Control 1.
Control 1, thank you.
Now she might have hit the, what is it, the period comma key, that switches it as well.
Thank you.
It's fine. Oh. The forward guns have no connection to the magazine at all.
Curious. They should have been connected to the spinal setup.
Let me look, unless it's down below. No.
Somebody took some shortcuts when they adapted it for the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to fix that. We can probably, if I do it real carefully, we can probably fix it while we're underway. But not right now. I don't want to deal with the buoyancy problems. Let me check. So there's the cargo container.
It should support us in terms of buoyancy.
Well, I think right now your main objective needs to be that speed and escape.
Yeah, definitely. And I was thinking something tedious like this that is clearly probably just somehow a wrong projector or something got put on. I don't know. Because I know we fixed this once. Between streams. We'll just fix it between streams again. Yeah, it looks like there's a spinal line that I can see where it should be, but there's armor blocks there instead of conveyors.
It's also likely the divider between the port and starboard compartments
Yes.
for buoyancy.
Yes, but isn't the spinal line runs above those compartments and then dips down, or should dip down but doesn't. Like at the everything, all the secondaries are piped, but it looks like the forward batteries and aft batteries are individual and stuck.
Tracking.
Yeah, like right. You can review the stream later, but you can, or if you've got it up now, you can see right here, like this is where that conveyor line should be, or on this side or this side, and it's not there. Or should run right along here and then dip down right here.
So we fixed the battleship, yes, but actually no.
No, we fixed it for real. Wink, wink. We'll fix it between streams because I think we just had the wrong blueprint loaded.
I mean, that would make sense with the random stack of thrusters on the bow.
Yeah, I think it was an older blueprint. That's all right. She floating, which is a lot better than she was last week. Excuse me, yesterday.
It wasn't even last week. It was 2 weeks ago.
That's why I said yesterday. In character yesterday. Besides, the OPS doesn't stand a chance. We have a
Right.
gremlin.
That's right.
I wonder if we can turn this
You
into
have
the
a
submersible.
gremlin. You have a gremlin and a navarine. They don't stand a chance.
Yes. Sea Baby's
Gremlin all
toes
over.
are seeking your power button, by the way.
Oh, look at that! So they are. Are you trying to push the flashy button with your baby toes?
I think so.
You are sneaky, baby.
Very sneaky. Okay, so Navarine. So here's the dealio. I don't know if you were you able to hear it all.
No.
Okay, so we got a briefing from Space Pirate Captain Rush,
Okay.
and there is a weapon at the spaceport, and they've identified it. And Dr. Space German, Octagonopus or whatever his name was.
We killed him.
Yes, he dead.
Okay.
But he was crazy and did install, in classic Space German style, self-destruct buttons inside his creations. So, our thought is we make a submersible, stand off a ways, zip in there, board it, blow up the anti-space defenses, either through exploding means or make it self-destruct, then either find a ship at the spaceport and get out, or build our own, because we do have thruster technology now. We got that from
Right.
Dr. Oculus. Did I get it right? I think I got it right. Eyeball. I want to say
Right.
Octagonopus every time because of the meme, but
Dr. Octagonopus, blah.
exactly. Also, we're going fast enough now that I could fly a Toblerone off the deck without moving. Their stall speed's like 29. T-minus 2 minutes to New Year's in Wisconsin. Well, have a cheesy New Year.
There is okay, so they rebooted, as they have done to many things from the 90s, the Magic School Bus. And one of the specials of the newer thing is having to get to all of these New Year's concerts all over the world, and they have to do it because, you know, like skipping time zones. And so I feel like we're living that right now. Just
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Happy New Year from this part of the world, and from this part of the world. Oh, it's this time there. It's going to be midnight again.
Let's make ourselves a gun tub over here.
Oh, hi, baby. Hello. Did you bring me a book? Do you want up? No? Okay.
She is taking a book from the bookshelf and is playing with it.
It's the pregnancy one.
Yes. We don't need that one anymore.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah.
Are you reading about how to have a healthy pregnancy?
A little early.
Bit early. Yeah.
Although all of her potential babies are in her right now, so that's
I
cool.
guess that's true,
Human
yeah.
bodies are awesome. While I was carrying her, I was carrying my grandbabies.
Well, they formed while you were carrying.
Well, yes.
Probably right here. So we'll go conveyor. Go reinforced conveyor tube. Is that 1, 2, and then a U converge junction curved tube over there. Over there.
Thank you, all of you, and Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year! Still a couple of hours out for us because time zones are weird, yo!
Yep.
You know in China they only have one time zone? They just said, this is China time, deal with it.
I didn't know that.
And it's a huge country. So some people are like waking up at 1 a.m. but the sun's rising, you know?
Okay, so the place we are going is where?
The other side of the planet.
Oh, okay.
We're sailing until the end of the stream, and then we will sail while
and
we
then
sleep.
we will keep sailing,
I'm sailing away. No one likes South Park for ruining this song. I'm putting a couple 30mm anti-aircraft guns on either side, just so we have some close-in DACA. Bless you. It's set an open course for the Virgin Sea. 'Cause I've got to be free. Free to face the life that's ahead of me. On board, I'm the captain. So climb aboard. We'll search for tomorrow on every shore. And I'll try, oh Lord, I'll try to carry on. So on and so forth. It's a great song. Styx is awesome. If you disagree, you're welcome to leave the stream. That might not be their best song, but Styx is awesome.
Styx cannot write lyrics, but Styx can write music.
There are some songs that are better than others. And come on. I thought that they were angels, but much to my surprise, I climbed aboard their starship and headed towards the skies. Best.
My favorite is when you sing that part of the song, though.
What do you mean?
Climbed aboard the starship.
It's because I want it to happen to me.
And headed for the skies.
That's what I do it. The skies. Come sail away. Come sail away. So on and so forth.
So this will tell us how old our audience is versus how young they might be. Once upon a time, while I was being a substitute teacher in a high school, I was playing some music while the kids were getting some stuff done. And it happened to be the Eagles. And one of the kids said, "Why are we listening to country music?" I got very upset.
I mean, country music is basically weird rock now anyway.
I suppose.
Pop, wannabe.
It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it is pop. Just like everything else turns into pop. But I mean, what's really funny to me are the people that are like, oh, I hate mainstream hip-hop, rap, the other stuff, but I love country, and vice versa. It's like, you guys know they're all singing about the same stuff, right? Just slightly different perspectives on it. Oh man, this gun is going to be a little occluded. Oh well.
I'm just happy they didn't say anything about, well, why don't you switch it to rock? It's not rock and roll! What are you talking about?
There won't that old time of rock and roll. The kind of music that soothes the neverine.
Okay, excuse me. It's just Eagles, not the Eagles. But it sounds weird to me as an English teacher to be like, I was listening to Eagles. Yeah.
I don't think anyone.
Listening to Eagles. And all the students were like, why are we listening to country music?
That's all I have now in my head is just shrieking eagles. Welcome to the Fight milk? I don't understand the reference. Okay. The last Eagles album was listed as country. Interesting.
So, to be fair, when you listen to them, they are like the only rock band that can get away with the oohs and ahs that they do and still call it rock.
Well, I mean, the Eagles are only sorta rock and roll. They were pop music too. Fight me, chat. They were pop music. It's just it's rockish rock pop. Kind of like Billy Joel did a lot of rock pop. Billy Joel's still the best artist though. Still. Another hill I'll die on right along the space fighters don't work and don't make sense. I will die on the space fighter hill while listening to Billy Joel. There we go. Clonk's plane getting a little lift trying to take off. It is a little shot up. Might be too damaged to repair. But X-Wing, yeah, X-Wings are really cool. They don't make sense. Let's see. It's a little disconcerting to like run around a corner and look at the battleship and be staring right down the barrel of a 203mm cannon. And be like, oh.
It's only 300, not or 203.
Yeah, only, yeah. The extra 10 inches is going to make a difference to my face as the shell goes through. Yeah, a few dents, Sheriff. I'm going to see where else I can put some anti-aircraft guns. I got those down there. Probably pipe some to right about here.
First to nav point 3.
I think when we get to nav point 3, we'll slow down, chill out. Because we're definitely not going to try and do any spaceport stuff tonight.
Oh, it's just shaped like this. Okay, cool.
What is?
The outside of this ship. I thought it was dented, but it's not. It's just shaped this way.
It was born this way, all right. You have a question about space engineers. When did Weapons Corps have a problem with space engineers? Well, Weapon Corps has always had a problem with space engineers. Weapon Corps has been trying to fix space engineers' combat systems, and they've done a pretty good job most of the time. The biggest issue with Weapon Corps is it changes very rapidly and sometimes drastically, which makes it very frustrating for modders to keep up. And I know it's less crazy now. But there was a time when it was actually interfering with my content because it would update midstream. I'd disconnect and couldn't reconnect to a server because Weapon Corps had updated. Like, that was a thing that happened to me live. It's amazing.
Oh, I don't know if I told you, but we put in a fun little message just for you that was supposed to pop up and say we were going to update every Friday night during your streams.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
The message didn't work, though.
That's too bad. I would have laughed. Let's see, where else could I put? Makes sense, like under here. I could pipe some up from this. You conveyor? No, you're not a sorter, but I could make you one. Yes.
Everybody who has commented on the Lady Gaga reference, right? The Born This Way. I cannot sing that song without immediately switching to the parody that Weird Al did. I find myself confusing the lyrics sometimes.
Kind of like the only version of the song that anyone listens to is Word Crimes.
Yeah, that's the only version that they should listen to, yes. Blurred Lines is a horrific song.
What do you mean? He was just expressing himself.
I think what everybody hates about it most, which is unfortunate because you can hate lots of things about it, is the fact that it is so catchy. Like, as far as a catchy song goes, it's a very catchy song. But man, are those lyrics awful.
I hate these word crimes. Yeah, they're pretty bad. That song wouldn't have gotten written in 2022. I don't think. Well, it might have been written, but I don't think it would have garnered the attention and everything it did, because it's very much the you mean yes. You don't mean no. What do you mean? Come on. This is gross. But Word Crimes is awesome because it's how I feel every day on the internet.
BCRU are words, not letters. Get it together.
Something I'm realizing, there's so much weight, and the engines on the carrier are so pathetic. It only added like 2 or 3 extra meters per second.
I don't know if it's the weight or just the drag. It takes a lot of. So this is true of real ships too. Like, when you get to certain sizes, it takes like tens of thousands of horsepower more just to get 2 or 3 knots more speed. It's insane.
I'm saying, like, they're such pathetic little engines. It's hilarious.
Do you need help welding up a reinforced conveyor tubes?
Sure, if you'd like to.
Oh, good.
I'm putting
So
a couple.
I don't just watch you running around.
I don't know why I'm bouncing so much. Nope.
The ship gets about 50 blocks longer, so I was working right. Depending on what 50 blocks you have. Alien.
Oh, the boats went down. I'm looking forward to those screenshots. I'm gonna put some 30 mils on each side of this. I'll actually put them there, and we can build little gun tubs around them, and it'll look cool.
I'll get the motors.
Ikari, large ships are supposed to refuse to turn.
Yeah, that's how large ships work. There's this thing called mass and the conservation of energy.
Conservation, what's that?
Conservation? What in,
What's in tarnation?
what's in tarnation? What's incarnation? I do want this here. I made the other one. I made the other side too far out. Don't weld it up yet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Only way you get Nab to not weld up something instantly is to have her welding up something else.
I kind of had that happen.
I gotta do something.
Dancing with the baby.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, hello, baby. Oh my goodness, she doesn't want to be back, apparently.
She went out? Let me let you out. Crazy baby.
She was out. My guess is the boys got tired of her and let her back in.
She comes.
I hear an oh, baby's back.
It was cute because she went to the door and was like tapping on it and was like, "Ida, Ida." And so I let her out, and as soon as I did, she went toddling straight to her brothers with her arms outstretched.
Oh.
Okay, so you said you put one up too far.
I fixed it already.
Oh, okay, I was like, they look the same. When are you gonna start welding? Getting insane audio stutters from the game itself.
Weird.
Yeah.
I've been bouncing like the ship is grooving to my stream beats right now.
Ooh. I think my game just crashed.
Oh no. How dare you overclock your graphics card?
It's frozen solid. Oh, there.
Oh, I have to do this.
Ugh. I think my game is deciding that I'm done.
Well, we're almost done anyway.
Yeah, I know. It will move for a second and then it will hard freeze.
Energy.
So you might as well just turn the nav cam off if you haven't already, and I'll put my stuff away
Okie
and just
dokie.
hang out and chat. Oh, frozen again.
Done it.
You wanna know
Done did
the
it.
weird thing? So it's not actually frozen all the way because the smoke is moving
That
the way
is
it's supposed
strange.
to. Yeah, it's really weird.
I wonder if you just got some weird desync.
I don't know if this is desync. It is intense.
I can hear a baby knocking at the door.
That's the children probably making her knock.
Because I want her in here because I don't want to deal with her. Oh man, hydrofoil would be hilarious. Imagine a hydrofoil aircraft carrier. Zipping along at like 60 meters a second. All right, I should have gotten energy ages ago.
Yeah, I had to pull.
Sorry, I can't hear you. You just cut out.
I had to use my task manager to make Space Engineer stop.
Oh, it was just having struggles, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sounds like Space Engineers. She's exploring. Yeah, I know one conveyor's not finished. It's that one right there. There we go. Hey, now we've got some lighter anti-aircraft that hopefully will do a decent job along with the heavy anti-aircraft that we've got on each side. And then there's of course the railguns. Sounds like the sea baby might actually be ready for sleep now.
I don't know.
I see rubs.
Yeah, well, she was rubbing her eyes earlier. That didn't matter.
Lord Sheriff Takari, you are incorrect. In the aero mob, the ground effect is in fact calculated. In
The
Space
calculator
Engineers,
just
you're right.
rendered.
Something. There's a calculation involved, I'm sure. As you get close to the ground, your wings produce more lift. Ground or surface of the water.
Good night, Black Phoenix. Thank you.
Hi, Black Phoenix. So many New Years. We get to experience it again and again and again. We've got a couple of cool looking ships. Of which I can only take partial credit for one. Because the other one was entirely somebody else's work. Seems like it's got enough. Well, I'm hoping Scarlet likes the modifications we made to his plane. I think it'll fly better now. Whoa! Okay, that's a thing that just happened. I went down the elevator just to go down the elevator because it's cool. And as it touched down, my character was suddenly like 50 meters above the carrier and then right back on the deck again.
You got rubber banded.
Yes, it was fun. Sorta. The more I think about it, the more I really want to turn the Gremlin into our submersible. That would be hilarious. I don't know how doable it would be, though. And I don't know if Rush would kill me or not for messing up the Gremlin.
I mean, the fact that it survived all this time with the carrier being shot at.
It took out a little bit of damage, but we've repaired it. The Jeep, I think, was specifically targeted by somebody. Oh, from with the battleship alongside. From my perspective, almost looks like we're a Japanese aircraft carrier, that tiny little adorable island. I'm standing on the port side of the ship. And then we have 2 little gun tubs up here that can be serviced. Got much better fields of fire than any of the other guns, but hey. Beggars can't be choosers. If I had my way, I'd give it some, I'd give it some bow guns, Yorktown style, like 2 right up here, sticking out there. But I think this might be a better weapon. Actually, I'm gonna turn those railguns back on.
We're about 6 kilometers out.
Okay, well, the stream's just about over, Dre. So, we've pretty much made it.
Indeed. I mean, we are traveling over 100 kilometers an hour, so.
Shh.
Everything's fine.
Can you imagine the carrier just blasting down the ocean at freeway speeds? Although, from what I've heard from unofficial sources, they're not too far from it when they're at full steam. There's nothing on the ocean that can catch a Nimitz-class carrier that's not like a hydrofoil or something. They are incredibly fast. And when you ask the Navy what their top speed is, they go, enough. In excess of 30 knots.
Yeah, aren't the new, I forget what the newer ones, aren't they supposed to be even faster?
I'm not sure. Again, the Navy goes, yes. I do know that they can outpace anything that's supposed to escort them. It's funny, actually, since World War II, ships have gotten slower. Like, our frigates usually top out around 28 knots. Whereas
Is that
ships
they top out around, or is what they tell us?
Well, the design says it tops out around 28 knots, whereas like a Fletcher would top around 33, 34 knots. Much faster. And a Fletcher and a...
carrying nearly the same amount of armaments and
well,
electronics.
A Fletcher and a frigate, a World War II Fletcher-class destroyer is not much smaller than a modern frigate. You think I selected a wrong railgun? They're all on now.
I'd say go ahead and kill the thrust on the carrier.
Will do.
We're 2 kilometers out, so we should drift in.
The welding ship just gave me a hug. Well, that's one way to get back to the carrier command deck a little faster. Okay. Let's get my corpse.
Not a backspace teleport without hitting backspace.
I didn't hit backspace, I hit the front of the welding ship. Very fast.
Reading the welding ship backspace?
Doing it. The welding ship is now backspace. It's actually not a bad name for a ship. This is for you, OPS. Dropping my tools into the ocean, just for you. Find me, see if I care. Remember when we were trying to get on the OPS's good side because we had no idea what was happening on this planet?
Yes.
Had to
Tried to
happen.
make nice.
tried to make nice, and instead they, murder people, and tried to murder people in front of us. Poor Dot. All right, here we are. Sea Baby made it to the end of the stream. Wow. She's very happy about it.
She might make it to midnight. I don't know.
We'll see.
She sees the finish line and is excited.
Apparently, yeah. Probably hears a change in my tone of voice. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. For all those who donated or gifted memberships, you're all amazing and generous, and doing what you do lets us make better and more exciting content. But as always, we're so happy just to have people in chat interacting with us, watching our content, because we do this for fun, and we're glad that you have fun too. Until next week, have a wonderful evening, a happy new year, have some migraines apparently from the child, and we will see you all next time. Thank you so much.